My shop is very precise. We do matters otherwise right here for us. It's all approximately, making them as fashionable and exquisite as they may be. While counting vehicles ended. Lover's idea, Danny Koker became finished. He'd misplaced 35 pills from strain, faced a 2.7 million lawsuit, and his marriage became falling apart. However, in 2024, the matter shocked probably the greatest. Whilst his old display turned into making $15 million a year, his new undertaking doubled that in simply months. However, the actual surprise had nothing to do with cars these days. We're entering into the untold story of ways Danny Koker rebuilt his empire and why some lovers say he's unrecognizable. Danny Koker turned into born on January 5th, 1964 in Cleveland, Ohio. His own family turned into all approximately automobiles. His father, Danny Koker Sr., worked for Ford as an SEO, so cars and bikes had been a massive among the finest Danny's life from the very start. Every person in his own family, uncles, cousins, and family friends become connected to the automobile enterprise too, but there has been something else that made his circle of relatives special. His dad wasn't simply into motors. He was additionally a talented musician who sang and played the keyboard for a well-known Southern gospel institution, the Cathedral Quartet. This combination top-of-the-line vehicles and song fashioned Danny in approaches no person ought to have guessed. By the point he turned into simply 11 years antique, he turned into acting on stage at Carnegie Corridor, displaying among the best his musical talent. Whilst Danny was 8 years antique, his dad gave him a motorbike. It wasn't simply a present. It turned into the one of the best, something massive rather than simply riding it. Danny took it apart piece by way of piece. Then he put it returned collectively once more. It truly is, whilst he determined how tons he cherished, figuring out how. Things labored from then on. He spent his time running on bikes and vehicles, taking them aside, fixing them, and making them better. By the point he turned into a teenager, he changed into already supporting his dad with automobile projects, mastering the whole thing by way of doing it himself. His dad added home manuals and vehicle elements from Ford, and Danny soaked it all up. He did not have fancy education, just curiosity and a whole lot of exercise. While he became 16, he turned into already making engines quicker and motors cooler. One in all his largest early tasks was his first vehicle, a 1979 Camaro. Z28, Maximum Kids, would have kept it the manner it become, but not Danny. He grew to become it, right into an Avenue felony race car. It was a large task, however. He figured it out with the aid of 18. He proved to among the best that he ought to handle tough initiatives even without formal schooling. This changed into just the beginning. The most effective his extraordinary adventure in 1990. Danny attempted something absolutely exceptional. He became a TV host. He played Depend Cool Writer on a past-due nighttime horror film show called Saturday Fright. On the film's Every Saturday, humans in Las Vegas tuned in to watch him introduce cheesy horror movies. He dressed up like a vampire, wore shades and a cape, and added his personal humor to the display. His person loved Elvis, bikes, and classic automobiles just like Danny. He even made jokes with a humorous accent inspired by using his grandparents, who had been from Yugoslavia. The display wasn't pretty much the movies. Danny added his love for automobiles and music to make it extra amusing. Human beings loved it. And his nickname, the Relicot, even after the display ended in 2002. One Danny didn't prevent there in 1998. He took his love for vehicles and started a small shop called Count's Customs in Las Vegas. The name turned into a nod to his TV person, and the store focused on customizing motorcycles. Danny had a completely unique fashion. He did not simply restoration bikes and motors, he grew to become them into something extremely good. One among his first big initiatives was a 1932 Ford Roadster. Whilst people saw it, they knew Count's Customs changed into unique phrases, unfold rapid, and the store started getting greater clients through 2002. Danny moved to a larger area to handle all the paintings. He improved from motorcycles to classic cars and even commenced making custom elements in 2004. The whole thing changed when Danny were given a name from Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy wanted a custom motorcycle, and Danny introduced the bike. Became amazing with sparkling paint and bat-themed detail sales. It got national interest and made Reli's customs well known over time. The store grew even extra via 2010. It wasn't simply a shop anymore. Danny became it into a brand. He opened a tattoo parlor, a rock bar known as Count's Vamped, and even began selling products. Count Numbers Customs have become 300FT workshop with over 50 personnel, proving that Danny's passion had changed into something larger than he ever imagined. Danny Koker's adventure to reputation started out unexpectedly on July 19, 2009. He regarded on Pawn Stars for the primary time to appraise a 1,968 Mustang GT Fastback on the time he owned Depends Customs, a vehicle and motorbike keep in Las Vegas, and changed into already widely recognized locally. Rick Harrison, the proprietor, probably the greatest the pawn keep needed, a person who virtually understood classic automobiles. Danny's appeal and expertise stood out proper away, and visitors cherished him over 3 years. He regarded, in 23 episodes, one of the best Pawn Stars and became a fan favorite. People started calling him the Count Number because he used to host a horror movie display on neighborhood TV. However, things nearly ended badly after his second appearance. He and Rick argued over the cost. Top of the line, a 1,957 Chevys. The layer got so heated that Danny walked among the finest facette and producers needed to step in to calm things down. Rick, later known as Danny in my opinion, and promised he may want to have more control over his components at the show. This helped restoration. Their troubles and their banter on display screen became something viewers loved. The concept for counting motors came in June 2011. Brent First Viscount Montgomery of Alamein, a manufacturer from Left Discipline Pictures, changed into Touring Counts Customs to movie for Pawn Stars. He noticed Danny negotiating to shop for a rare 1,970 Plymouth Superbird. Danny offered 75. Zero proper, immediately showing how passionate he become about cars. Montgomery notion this will make a exceptional TV show on August 13, 2012. Counting Automobiles premiered at the History Channel. The display show followed Danny and his group as they sold, restored, and offered conventional automobiles and bikes. What made the display special changed into the way it confirmed every top of the line. The procedure from Danny spotting an automobile to the very last display after it became restored. The primary episode delivered things complete circle through presenting the recuperation. Among the best, a 1,968 Mustang Fastback, the equal form of automobile, he appraised on Pawn Stars. It drew 1 million viewers, which become tons higher than the History Channel's typical scores. The success brought about an order for greater episodes, and filming commenced just 2 weeks later. Everywhere, man, I am turning over rocks. I am digging in humans' backyards. I am peeking in storage doors. I'm never stopping, never preventing the show. Speedy became one of the most famous on the Records Channel by using the Cease top of the line. The first season, it averaged 2 hours. 9 million viewers, in line with episode. In a few instances, it even outperformed Pawn Stars, which became the parent display via 2014. Counting Cars changed into being shown in 150 international locations. Rick Harrison, yeah, you already know him. He's from the television fact display. Pawn Stars, we had a threat to welcome Rick. Diary and ask his thoughts at the Roar and translated into 38 languages. In Germany, it became the maximum watched American truth show with 1.5 million viewers per episode. The show's fulfillment had a few unexpected side effects. In 2015, Las Vegas police pronounced a 37% increase in traditional car thefts. They believed criminals had been stimulated through the display to goal the specific vehicles featured. Danny even needed to warn automobile proprietors to take more care. Danny's unique look also helped make the display popular. He had lengthy hair, a beard, and wore all black clothes with cranium designs. His style wasn't only for TV, it showed his love for rock. Toon and his band, Count 77 Lovers, loved how he combined car expertise business sense, and his rocker persona in 2016, a survey confirmed that most viewers watched the show because they appreciated Danny's persona. Danny additionally had some laugh quirks. He believed a leather-based jacket he owned because 1,989 delivered him luck whilst buying vehicles. He never washed it. And it even had over $10,000 sewn right into a pocket for spontaneous purchases. One moment that showed Danny's massive coronary heart top of the line on November 5th, 2013. He restored a 1,981 Corvette that belonged to a Vietnam veteran who had handed away. Danny gave the automobile to the veteran's widow, and he becomes so moved that he cried during the monitor. This episode have become the most watched within the display's history, with 3 million visitors. Danny Koker's adventure to success is a mixture, top-of-the-line, tough paintings, creativity, and ardor, whilst his display counting automobiles have become a hit. His enterprise counts, customs grew speedy. The shop, which commenced as a small 7,000 feet space, expanded to a massive zero-FT facility via 2018. This growth allowed Danny tackle larger, more thrilling projects. And over the workplace, allow me identify work like reduce, you, test, anything. You? Want to. I really like those probably the greatest Mustangs. Believe me, I realize what I'm looking at, and I recognize we've got to win by 2020. His group, one of the best over 50 skilled people, changed into finishing 75 custom builds each year as compared to only a few earlier. Then the display customers have been willing to wait as much as 18 months for his unique designs and paid excessive expenses for his signature paintings. Via 2019, the shop become earning over $15 million, 12 months, which became a huge soar from the $500,000 it made in its first wire on Pinnacle. Top of the line, this Danny began promoting Count's Customs branded merchandise like clothes and add-ons. With the aid of 2021, this added any other 3M million greenback to the enterprise each 12 months. Danny didn't forestall there. In 2017, he started out selling rare car components for traditional restorations, which became 20%, probably the greatest the store's earnings by way of 2022. He even commenced coaching workshops and education new human beings in car healing, making his store a front-runner inside the enterprise. Danny's skills also attracted well-known clients who wanted his special contact on their cars. In 2016, Ozzy Osbourne hired him to create a custom chopper. It took 6 months to entire and cost over $150 zero. The bike had hand-painted bat wings and an effective 124 cubic inch engine, making it a masterpiece. In 2018, NBA superstar LeBron James asked Danny to restore a 1,957 Chevrolet Bel Air. This challenge took 8 months and featured a pink and gold indoors, inspired by means of the Lakers, plus a 9290 2AA20 C12D87 B40 DFDF6 F0 F9000 775 sound device. The car was really worth over $500,000 and got a number of interest in car magazines. In 2012. Danny worked on a big assignment for the Las Vegas Mob Museum. He restored 5 antique Cadillacs whole, with hidden booths and bullet prune of the best glass, just like mobsters used inside the 60s and 7S. The $2 $5 million assignment made headlines, or even have become a 2-hour TV special. Danny's list, top-of-the-line famous clients, includes Nicolas Cage, Tim McGraw, and Shaquille O'Neal. In 2022, he completed one of his most tough tasks, a $1 million recovery. One of the best, John Lennon's psychedelic 1,965 Rolls-Royce Phantom 5. The work took 2 years and required locating rare elements from 3 distinct continents. In 2012, Danny opened, remembers, vamped Rock Bar and Grill in Las Vegas. The bar became a fave spot for song and automobile fanatics. It became adorned with vintage motorcycles, pudding from the ceiling, and uncommon rock memorabilia at the partitions. In its first year of the bar hosted live song every unmarried nighttime, which made it stand out in the busy Las Vegas nightlife scene. By way of 2015, Danny improved the distance, including a big out-of-doors PTO with a level and a rotating show, one of the best conventional motors from his series. This allowed the bar to host occasions like Rocktoberfest, which attracts over 1,000 fans every wire in 2018. Danny partnered with a brewery to create Count's Custom Brew line, probably the greatest craft beers sold in bars and shops across Nevada by means of 2022. The bar changed into Income's over 8 million incomes over 8-year wire website, hosting extra than 500 suggests yearly and employing 75 team of workers. Participants Danny also observed his love for track by means of beginning a band referred to as Count 77 in 2013. He had become the lead singer, joined by talented musicians from Las Vegas. Their first album got here out in 2014 and had a 7S-inspired tough rock sound. The album, Count 77, reached Variety 26 on the Billboard Tough Rock chart, and their Unmarried My Detroit were given a lot of radio play in 2016. The band went on their first countrywide tour, performing 50 suggests throughout America and earning over $2 million. Their 2D album Soul Transfusion came out in 202017 and did even better, accomplishing Variety 15 on the Billboard Hard Rock chart. Their hit song Summer Season, probably the greatest 77, climbed to Wide Variety 22 at the mainstream rock chart. The band performed at large festivals like Rocklahoma in 2018, in which they finished in the front, probably the greatest 400, 00 Fanatics through 2022. The band had launched 4 albums, bought over 500, 0 data wrecks, and even began an annual Counts Rock Cruise where fans could see them and other classic rock bands carry out on a luxury ship. The delivery of the cruise had become so popular it sold out months in advance. Danny Koker's lifestyles behind the curtain, the most effective counting automobiles become a ways from the glamorous photograph proven on TV. When the display began on August 13, 2012 at Speedy have become popular, but Danny's truth became a lot harder. He labored as much as 18 hours an afternoon now and again without a single, the most effective for weeks. With the aid of 2015, the stress began to show. He misplaced 35 pounds in only 3 months, and people around him grew worried, handling both the show and his Enterprise Be Counteds. Customs became overwhelming. In a 2018 interview, Danny admitted he needed to reject approximately 37 custom jobs every month. Month among the best filming this cost his keep nearly $4. $8 million at 12 months, making the pressure even worse. The struggles did not stop there. Danny often clashed with manufacturers, particularly over the display's stage drama. On March 3, 2019, matters boiled over. Whilst manufacturers requested him to foe a battle with a consumer frustrated, Danny walked one of the best F sets, shutting down manufacturing for 3 days and inflicting 180 in losses. At the equal time the show affected Danny's private lifestyles, he neglected 8 vital family activities, which include his nephew's wedding ceremony. Because Topon of the Best Filming in a Podcast in 2020, he admitted how lonely it made him sense. Nevertheless, Danny stayed committed to his save. In 2021, he spent $2,300,000 to enhance Relay's customs, even though it brought more pressure to his lifestyles. Going to be a sizzling summertime, probably the greatest custom vehicles. Counting Cars is all set with a new season, and in advance in the week I caught up with the Count. Prison Troubles also followed him in 2014. A pair sued Count's Customs for $50,000, claiming they paid $111,000 for a 1,967 Ford Mustang and $39,000 for healing work, but by no means acquired the auto. To make things worse, their lawyer discovered that an employee had promised their automobile could appear on the display and even provided $20,000 in loose upgrades. This prompted a media frenzy, with over 27 news shops protecting the tale in 2017. Matters escalated whilst Be Counted's Customs accused a former employee, Joseph Frantiera, among the best, embezzling $75,000. He allegedly used organization cash for a Variety, Rover, and plane tickets, even causing the store to face an $188,000 IRS penalty. The worst hit got here in 2021 when 17 former customers filed a $2 $7 million lawsuit accusing the shop one of the best, overcharging them by means of as an awful lot as 300%. Danny's popularity took a blow and felony fees piled up, costing him over $1,200,000 by 2022. He even considered selling Among the Best his vehicle collection to cowl the fees. Fans additionally started thinking the authenticity Among the Best. The display informed me approximately this one. It's my wife's car. This is a plum loopy Coronet, 500 convertible, 12 months, 1,000. 970, again, 70 Cert convertible plum crazy, 440 automated. It really is. In 2016, a leaked file revealed that many spontaneous moments like vehicle discoveries had been deliberate in advance. The most effective time lovers felt betrayed, and online engagement dropped through 32% in only 1 month. Things were given worse in 2018, while former Forge member Scott Jones claimed that 70%, one of the best, the drama turned into fake, along with customer reactions. A viral video in 2019 showed a group member setting a on-the-market join-up automobile just before Danny determined it, forcing manufacturers to confess a few elements top of the line the display were staged. The backlash grew while a former purchaser launched audio recordings in 2020, among the best workforce training him to act disillusioned. At some stage in a car display, these controversies even led the Records Channel to take into account canceling the show. Alternatively, they decided to enforce stricter rules requiring at least 60% Among the Finest the content to be actual. The demands Among the Finest, the show, additionally harmed Danny's marriage to Koker in 2017. The couple became seen arguing outdoor restaurant, sparking rumors Among the Best. Problem in 2019, Corey admitted they hadn't taken a holiday collectively in 3 years and said she felt like a television widow. By way of 2020, their marriage reached a breaking factor, and Corey filed for separation, citing irreconcilable variations. Danny's friendship, along with his commercial enterprise companion Kevin Mack, additionally suffered. Kevin said they barely spoke out of doors. Of labor, because Danny had ended up so isolated and centered on the show, the pressure even affected Danny on set crew. Contributors noticed him becoming irritable, and someday he refused to go away his trailer after a heated phone name with Corey. However, there was a turning point. On Christmas Day 2020, Danny and Corey reconciled after a heartfelt verbal exchange in which he promised to prioritize their courting. They introduced in early 2021 that they could step again from jogging their rock bar counts vamp to awareness on their marriage. Danny also determined to reduce the variety Among the Finest episodes. For counting vehicles, slicing lower back from 26 to 16 per season at the same time as a few lovers have been upset, the decision allowed Danny to focus on his private lifestyles and health. On December 14th, 2021, fanatics, the most effective counting automobiles have been shocked. The History Channel quietly announced the display turned into over after 10 seasons. The remaining episode, Mustang Madness, had already aired without letting everybody comprehend it. Was the finale. Humans have been confused due to the fact the show had properly scores and a massive fan base. The 10th season become additionally shorter than traditional, with simplest 12 episodes as opposed to the 26 to 30 episodes lovers have been used to. Nobody realized that this shorter season would be the season. The timing turned into peculiar too. The automobile enterprise become bouncing back from the pandemic, with car sales going up via 3% in 2021. It didn't make. Experience to cancel a show. Approximately automobiles when the market changed into enhancing over time. Counting cars had ended up a fan favorite. It commenced in August 2012 and ran for 53 episodes, displaying remarkable vehicle restorations and custom builds. Fans loved the acute closing dates and demanding situations like when Danny and his group had simply 72 hours to restore a 1969 Camaro. They, by hook or by crook, pulled it one of the best, which made the display exciting to look at. However, while the display ended, many testimonies have been left unfinished. As an instance, Danny had sold a 1956 Chevy Baylor in Season 8 and promised to make it excellent. Lovers by no means were given to look the very last result. This made the unexpected cancellation feel even extra disappointing and incomplete. After the show ended, Danny, the Remember Koker, didn't say something which was unusual for him. He loved interacting with fanatics on social media, but after December 14th, he went silent for 47 days. His closing tweet, posted the day before the finale, stated, "Song in the next day night for an all-new episode, top of the line. Counting vehicles, you might not want to overlook this one. He had no concept this will be the final episode. Danny even canceled an occasion he had attended each 12 months for 8 years. The Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale." Auction enthusiasts started out to worry the shop counts. Customs made matters extra difficult. On January 5th, 2002. 2. They removed all mentions among the finest counting vehicles from their website. They didn't give an explanation for why enthusiasts flooded the shop with questions. Some notion Danny became under a contract that stopped him from speaking about the cancellation. Others believed he is probably operating on a new show. A wild rumor even claimed he had offered the shop and retired. Meanwhile, memorabilia from the show have become remarkably popular. A jacket Danny W. in Season 3 bought for $7,500 on eBay, way greater than its ordinary value. Sooner or later, on January 30th, 2022, Danny broke his silence. He posted an image on Instagram, among the best, himself, with a partially restored 1957 Chevy Bel Air. The caption stated, "The street in advance may be uncertain, however, the journey never ends." Live tune, buddies. This publish didn't explain plenty, but it gave lovers hope that he wasn't carried out yet. Even though the display ended, counts custom saved going. Robust without cameras round Danny and his team targeted on their craft, they worked on larger, extra-specific projects. As an instance, in March 2023, they completed a 1967 Chevy Caro healing that took over 2,500 hours to finish. That sort of labor wasn't viable. Throughout the display, where time limits had been tighter, Danny also began restoring rare motors like a 1954 Mercedes BS 300 SL AIM-Y, which he began in November 2023. It's anticipated to value $1.5 million and take 18 months to complete the store. Also started out using New Era. In July 2024, they bought a 3D printer for $250,000. This helped them create custom vehicle components that had been not possible to discover, notwithstanding not being on TV. Business were given even higher counts. Customs noticed a 30% increase in clients, and the team changed into less careworn without the stress. Probably the greatest filming Danny. Additionally, started out working with high-stop exceptional movie star clients. In April 2024, he built a custom 1969 Mustang for actor Chris Hemsworth. It had a Thor-inspired paint activity and a completely unique indoors, made from eucalyptus. Wooden in another assignment, they restored a $30 million Bugatti Kind 57C Atlantic for a collector. They even commenced making bikes for royalty, like the Prince, among the best, Monaco, who requested a custom bike with gold plating and diamond accents in August 2024. Danny teamed up with Snoop Dogg to create a line top-of-the-line custom low-riders. All 10 cars bought out in 48 hours. Incomes thousands and thousands. Through 2024, the store had its finest 5 months, yet making $45 million, double what they earned over the past year. Among the finest, the display, even without counting vehicles, Danny proved he did not want the cameras to live on top. Meanwhile, in 2018, he instructed anybody he had a heart trouble. This surprised humans because he usually seemed so complete among the best. Power on TV, the strain from managing his custom car keep and doing a television display affected his health badly. He started out gaining weight and having different health issues. However, Koker decided to change. He labored on losing weight and ended up losing over 50 lb. He ate higher and commenced exercise frequently. Those modifications failed to simply make him more healthy, they made him feel higher. Mentally, too, Koker has mentioned how important it's to take care of yourself, and this has inspired his enthusiasts. Now, he seems greater active and happier, showing people that no matter how tough things get, it is in no way too past due to turn matters round earlier than this. In 2017, Koker had a difficult time managing dependency. He got into legal hassle, and lovers were bowled over to find out he had been sentenced to 30 days in jail. The case involved managed materials and a former worker at Matters Customs in preference to hiding from this Koker. Admitted to his problems and determined to change his existence, he commenced working on staying sober and were given assist from his circle of relatives, buddies, and experts. Koker additionally started talking approximately his struggles, which made him more relatable to people coping with similar troubles over time. He returned the belief of those around him and have become a voice top-of-the-line desire for others. He now shares messages among the finest encouragement, letting human beings recognize that recuperation is possible in the event that they stay committed and have guide his story, suggests how tough work and resolution will let you rebuild your lifestyles after setbacks in 2024. Koker, surprised among the best with a large assertion, he stated he turned into taking a wreck from counting motors to attention on his band count 77. For a complete year, this choice came after a massive live performance at Pink Rock's Amphitheater in Colorado. The band performed for 9,000 lovers in a display that lasted almost 4 hours. It turned into a huge fulfillment, particularly because rock legends Alice Cooper and Sammy Hagar joined them on Degree. After this, Koker and the band introduced a big world tour referred to as. The Grease and Gears International Takeover started out in Tokyo, Japan on April 1st, 2024 with a concert for 500 people, a few songs, even had a complete symphony orchestra, including some things special to their rock sound. The stage layout became great too, with a car carry that added specific traditional motors on stage at some stage in every tune. However, the excursion wasn't just about music. Koker announced that 50%, probably the greatest, the income could visit a new basis. This basis might assist preserve conventional American muscle vehicles and teach young humans to restore them. Humans cherish this idea, and it even caused Koker running with Elon Musk on sustainable fuel for old vehicles. The excursion had become a big success, earning over $100 million in only 1 month. Koker's love for music and vehicles came collectively in an excellent way, showing the most effective that ardor and tough paintings can lead to terrific achievements, even after dealing with hard times.